It is interesting. It's not the first time, there's a so-called election denier on the ballot. He does very well, or she does very, very well, as if that's the only issue. Regardless how you feel on that, I know it's a very red hot, hot potato for candidates. But the fact of the matter is, Bolduc has a past, a very prominent one in the military. He's a genuine war hero. This idea that he has pounded the economy, I would think, should be mentioned in the total context of whatever else you think about the guy. But many candidates who have been attached to Donald Trump and that they should be dismissed because they are, that just doesn't seem to be resonating with average voters who are worried about bigger things. What do you think?
Well, that's absolutely true. People are looking to the future, not the past. So you look at Herschel Walker. He may have had troubles in the past, but who's more likely to vote against tax increases? Who's more likely to vote against inflationary spending? Who's more likely to vote to button up our border and issues like that? So people are looking to the future. And what really hurts on inflation, we take these numbers like this consumer price index, but it's really, for the Democrats, cuts by death by 1,000 cuts. You go to the grocery store, the prices don't all go up at once. One item goes up one week, another item goes up another week. So every time you go there, something hits you in the face, prices are going up. And that really hurts people's morale. So the reason the Republicans, even though they're associated with Donald Trump, have a really good chance of winning is precisely because people want to know, what are you going to do next? What are you going to do about the problems here and now, not about yesterday?
All right. The markets have had a crazy time, as you know, Steve, down on the week, even though they ended up yesterday in the face of a stronger than expected employment report, even though it showed the weakest job growth we've seen, I think, of the Biden years, up 261,000. But the reason why I mention it is that it's as if the markets are sort of trying to get a handle on what a Republican House would look like, maybe a Republican Senate if it comes to that. At the very least, it's gridlock. So for the very folks that you're talking about, what's in it for them?
Well, I think what's in it for them is that I think the Republicans, especially if they get control of both houses in Congress, are going to focus first on passing legislation, opening up federal lands for oil and gas production. And everyone knows what's happening at the gas pump. And if Joe Biden vetoes that, getting more oil and gas from the U.S. rather than from Venezuela or OPEC, I think the Democrats are going to override his veto. So people can look forward to legislation that will start to rein in unbridled imposing of regulations and the like. So, no, they can't control the White House, but at least they can put a brake on some of the bad stuff, especially from the regulatory agencies. So I think it's going to start with oil and gas and move forward. And by the way, that jobs report, there are two jobs reports that come out. They meld them together, the household survey and the establishment survey. Establishment survey takes existing businesses, which are usually fairly large. The household survey goes for households, people they call up and say who's working, who isn't working. The household survey showed a downturn of over 328,000 jobs. That's more usually sensitive to smaller businesses and the like. So, yes, the trend is not good for the economy.
Having said that, Steve, the president keeps trying to remind people that there is a strong jobs backdrop here. He created 10.3 million of them under his stewardship here. That's what he keeps pounding, clearly trying to remind Americans, I'm no Jimmy Carter, and trying to let them know this will be different. What happened back in the 70s is not about to happen now. The price part of it, of course, is happening now. Your thoughts?
Well, in terms of job creation, many of those jobs are people taking second and third jobs to make up for the fact that their main jobs are not keeping up with inflation. And also, too, that's starting to weaken a little bit. That's kind of a lagging indicator or measure in the sense that businesses have had such a hard time for 2.5 years to find people. They're kind of reluctant to turn on a dime. But those numbers can turn very, very quickly. You saw the third quarter report. The headline was 2.6% growth, but final sales was flat. And that's been going down all year. That's not a good harbinger for 2023.
Thank you, my friend, for your latest update on the economic weather. Steve Forbes.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.